Okay, so you've had a client churn out of your program. Maybe they asked for a refund, maybe they just stopped showing up to calls, or maybe they just finished the program, they got an okay result and then disappeared. And you might think that that's a normal part of running a business. Some clients work out, some don't. But most founders never sit down and figure out what the client actually costs them in both real and opportunity cost. So if you're a founder of a coaching or service-based business, that number is almost certainly a lot higher than you think. So when a client churns, most founders will do one of two things. They either count it as lost revenue or they don't count it at all because the client already paid and the money's in the bank. But let me show you what actually walks out the door when a client churns. Take a $10,000 upfront cost client that churns at month 2. Here's everything that walks out the door with them. So the first is the acquisition cost. This is whatever you spent on ads, content, time on calls. Let's conservatively say for a 10K price point, $1,000 acquisition cost. The second is the fulfillment cost, which is every call that your team ran, all the software and tools that you use to fulfill your clients. Let's call that another 1K in time and resources. So before we count anything else, that 10K client actually cost you 2K to acquire and fulfill before they even churned. The third is the referral that they never sent. A client who finishes your program and gets a result has a meaningful chance of sending you someone who will close with 0 customer acquisition cost, especially if you engineer when and how your team asks for the referral. And if you want to see how to install a referral system on the back end of your business that systematically brings in one referral that closes with 0 customer acquisition cost for every 10 clients you have, make sure to check out the pinned video below. So at a 10K upfront fee, that referral is worth 10K in revenue with 0 cost to acquire that customer. But a client who's churning early sends nobody. And you might not think that that's a loss, but that actually eats away at $1,000 in total client value for every 10 clients that you close. Because if 1 out of those 10 clients sends you a referral at 10K, that means that every single one of those 10 clients is now increased in value by $1,000. Fourth is the upsell revenue that they never generated. A client who gets results and stays through the program has a pretty decent likelihood of buying a back-end offer. And depending on your specific Ascension offer and what percentage of your clients upsell into it, let's call that another 20K in expected revenue. So across 10 clients, that's an extra 2K in client value to every single person, regardless of if they upsell or not, that's walking out the door. And fifth is the testimonial that they never gave. A strong testimonial from a client who got significant results closes many more clients for you in the future. So let's add this up. It's 1K acquisition cost, 1K fulfillment cost, 1K in lost referral revenue, 2K in lost upsell revenue, which leads to a 5K total cost. And you collected 10K. So your actual net on that client is just 5K. And that's before taxes and before you pay yourself. And if they ask for a refund, it's 5K in the negative. So most founders are making decisions about how to acquire customers using the completely wrong set of numbers. They look at their close rate, their cost per lead, their cost per acquisition. But all of that math is based on the idea that the client is worth what they paid up front. And it's completely missing both the fact that you have a lot of other costs that are eating into every single client you acquire. And if you don't upsell them or don't find more value to bring from them on the back end, they're only ever going to be worth at the very most the upfront cost. And then the most scalable offers, the more clients you bring in, the easier growth should feel at scale because you're getting so much more revenue from them on the back end and you don't need to close as many clients in the front. But if the net value of a churned client is 5K on a 10K offer and you're churning, let's say 2 clients a month, that's a 10K economic loss that never shows up on any spreadsheet, which is 120K per year that walks out the back door without most people even noticing. And the thing is that every single dollar that you invest in retention, in early wins, in onboarding, in mid-program check-ins, in a proper client success system that upsells, brings in testimonials, and refers clients at a very predictable, consistent, scalable pace, pays you back at a completely different rate than any amount of dollars that you will put into the front end, because a retained client continues to pay you over and over and over again. So before you spend another dollar optimizing your ads or another hour reviewing your sales process, please do this one thing. Calculate the real cost of your churn. Take your last 10 churned clients, whether they ask for a refund, whether they stop showing up on calls, and add up what you spent to acquire them, what you spent to fulfill them before they left, and what they would have brought in referral and Ascension revenue if they would have stayed. And then ask yourself, if I could cut this number in half, what would that do to my business over the next 12 months? For most offers I see sitting between about 500K a year to 3 million, there's usually between 100 to 300K in easily capturable back-end revenue that most businesses just are not set up to catch from clients you were already closing without a single new ad. So if you want to know exactly what your churn is costing your business and what the easiest opportunities to fix it are, comment the word audit below and I will send you a fully customized breakdown of the back end of your business and tell you exactly how you can be making more from every single client that you close.